Hi, James. Can you hear?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, great, great. Is this comfortable for you? Because Soumya did mention that you're driving at the moment.
Yeah. Something came up. Something I was planning on doing on Sunday. I got to do today. So,
Okay. So we will make it quick right now if that's okay with you, and then down the road throughout the day today, we can even get on a second call with you, or once you are comfortable, we can get the process started.
all right, excellent.
Yeah. So I did notice that you have mentioned that you're looking for the 2022 to 2024 Lexus NX 450H, right? H plus.
Eight H plus. You got it. The
Yep.
plug-in hybrid version.
Plug-in hybrid, definitely. And whether all right. And is there any trade? That means are you going to sell any of your existing car, or it's just a separate purchase
No,
that you're looking at?
separate purchase.
Noted. All right. And what's the timeline which you're looking at? Whether it's like 1 week, 2 weeks, or it's like looking for the best deal?
Looking for the best deal, but I would hope to be able to find something within a couple of weeks. There's quite a few cars listed nationally.
Yep.
Um, we just relocated from California about a month ago,
Okay.
and actually my wife's still in there down there for a couple of months, but she just has no time with work to be searching or looking for any cars, even though there's been some like right on her doorstep basically.
Yep. Yep.
So it sort of falls to me, and I've missed out on a couple of out of state deals just because other things going on. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's time to look at a concierge service and see what they can do.
Sure, James. And thank you for sharing the background and the current situation which you are facing. And that is like one of the most common reasons why people and families reach out to us, because even the vehicles which you are looking at is found next door at a next door dealership. It's a painstaking and cumbersome process. It takes a lot of time for you to visit the dealership for to go on
Yeah,
a test drive, figure out the technical and mechanical
we're
specifications.
both out of state, both in Indiana, um, and yeah, just that typical dealer sort of stuff you deal with that is still fun for anyone. Um, and yeah, I almost closed on a car in California of all things,
Okay.
but literally while I was getting the paperwork sent, somebody else who was in California near Sacramento saw that the price had dropped considerably, and they went there and got it like right like in the middle of the process. So I mean, not much you can do about that when somebody shows up, cash in hand. Um, but uh, but yeah, so we're pretty set on the vehicle that we want, but
Okay.
you know, just need somebody to cut through the BS, I guess.
Yes, yes, all the BS, all the nuances, manipulation, pricing tactics, unfortunate things that they do to drive up the prices and pocket the difference. And that's where we come in. So, long story short, it started from my own personal problem back when I went to purchase my very first car and noticed that this was a big challenge compared to just paying for what you're looking at Walmart, Fry's, or Safeways per se. And then fast forward to date, we have been very grateful to serve more than 900 plus clients across the US and Canada. And then we have a 11-member full-time team working day in and day out to ensure that we can find the needle from the haystack, which is essentially the Lexus, what you're looking at, with exact color comparisons, the
Yeah,
preferences, the packages, the trim levels, what will collect throughout the call, and reach out to all the dealerships and ensure that they have the exact vehicle what you have been looking for. Get the pricing in writing because we don't believe in just verbal communication. And then the team of expert negotiators will go back and forth with the dealership till we reach to a price where we are comfortable as per the market analytics and the pricing observation what the team has done, that we are getting the most value for money. Especially in the pre-owned cars, we have to be very vigilant that if it is like priced at too low of a price, then it might be too good to be true. There might be a salvage title, rebuild title. So we do
Yeah.
thorough review of each vehicles, including the Carfax report, dealership inspection report, and before we do the final purchase, we go for the third party independent inspection, which costs about $100 to $150. But that gives us a full clarity as well as visibility on the correct condition of the engine, the mechanical aspects, as well as the suspension.
Yeah, I actually, it's funny. I just another vehicle about just last week. I was considering purchasing out of state,
Okay.
but I had a very reputable researched a good mobile inspector,
Yep.
husband and wife team, and yeah, I mean they were extremely thorough, and it was enough to give me pause and sort of like, hey, it's a good deal, but not worth the potential headaches if
Mm,
some of these problems that it seems to be having, continue. So, um, yeah, I'm all for having the vehicle inspected, and
correct.
yeah, I'm pretty flexible on color and whatnot. Like,
Okay.
there's, nothing is like out of bounds really, but. The only thing I would like, I mean, I would like there to be, some, probably 10 to 20,000 miles left on the Toyota, Lexus 100,000 mile warranty. I think on the drivetrain,
Yep.
and I think the HV battery is 150,000 miles. I mean, if you can find one that has, 10,000 left on the original 5 year 50,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty, that's a bonus.
Hmm.
But um, not a deal breaker if it doesn't have that. I mean, um, the vehicle that I missed in California was relatively high miles, but having just moved from California, I know that that's 90% highway, and the Lexus that we've had in the past have been just workhorses. So
Yep.
buying a vehicle, a Lexus with 70,000 miles isn't as big a deal as maybe buying a Chevy with 70,000 miles.
Yeah.
But yeah, our first Lexus I think was an RX, and that I think it finally called it quits when it was at 299,000 miles.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that was back in the day. That was like a 2002 Lexus RX. But we had we've had an RX, two RX 350s.
Mm-hmm.
Um, got a good deal on an Audi that was a fantastic car until it got rear-ended on the 405, and then the second Audi we got was a friggin' mechanical nightmare.
Oh.
And then our last two cars have been Tesla Model X's.
Okay.
And both of them met their end with being rear-ended on the 405, as a lot of vehicles do in Los Angeles.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay.
Now, literally a month before we moved, half of us moved to Michigan. My wife and my other daughter are coming in a couple more months. But yeah, our Tesla got rear-ended on the 405, and that was that. They wrote it off.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was fine, so can't really complain. And my daughters and my wife really wanted to get another EV. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but the optics weren't particularly good with Tesla and the running feud with Doge and Elon Musk and Tesla and everything
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now. But so they were really hard set on getting an EV because, I mean, in California, we had solar panels, we had two rapid chargers at the house we were leasing, but
Mm.
it is not the same setup in Michigan at all. Like, there's
Okay.
just not the infrastructure here. There's
Mm.
literally like one supercharger in Kalamazoo County.
Okay.
Um, and it's just, yeah, it's just not feasible. Like right now, I'm heading to my mom's, who's just on the other side of the border in Canada, Southern Ontario.
Mm.
And, if we had a fully electric vehicle, I mean, I would be driving to see my mom and then I'd be stuck there for 2 days waiting for enough charge to come back because she's in like a rural area with no
Yeah.
rapid charge or anything. And I mean, there's some in Detroit, but it's just not like California. Like it's just not. I mean, there's no incentive here for them to build that kind of infrastructure when gas is, $3 a gallon. When
Yep.
you're in California and you're paying like $4 or $5 a gallon, it's like, yeah, let's plug in our cars right away.
Yep.
But
Yep.
so that's how we ended up compromising. I was just wanted to get a regular hybrid, which would have been a lot easier to track down because there's tons of them.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife and my daughter's still clinging to the idea of at least having a partial electric vehicle. And, so there's a lot of RAV4 primes in the
Mm-hmm.
area. But even at the higher trim level, like I could tell my wife was just like feeling like it was a step down from like a Tesla Model X,
Mm-hmm.
where the Lexus, she's a little happier. And, the saying, happy wife, happy life.
Correct.
So, and we've been together, been married, let me see, 24
20
years
years.
and
Okay.
24 and
Wow.
together 27.
Wow.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't want to screw that up.
Yes. Correct.
So that's how we came, long story short, that's how we came to arrive at this particular vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's got enough electric range that, most of our daily stuff will be within that range.
Mm.
And at the same time, no worries to drive to Chicago to take somebody to the airport or Detroit or to see my mom in Ontario. It's kind of a perfect vehicle for our situation currently.
Okay. Noted.
But yeah, not a huge amount in this area so far. I mean,
Mm.
I think there's 3 or 4 in Indiana, about the same in Illinois. I think I've only seen one here.
Mm-hmm.
Ton in California right now. Like I think there's about 6 in LA County, and that's just what I can see as an individual using
Mm.
various,
Yeah.
search engines. I'm hoping you guys will have access to a lot more data than I do.
Mm. Correct. We do. We look at multiple different platform providers, as well as online platforms, more than 18 different plus, which includes cars.com, cargorules.com, Auto Trader, Autolist, so on and so forth.
Interestingly enough, I had 2 that came up um, very, very low, like I think around 36,000.
Mm-hmm.
I ran the VIN on one.
Okay.
It came up as stolen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, but then I got a text from the party that had advertised it, and it might have been the Auto Trader. I can't remember now. I don't have access to my
Okay.
desktop computer. Um, but it was a repossessed vehicle, so the vehicle had been repossessed, and obviously the person who had it repossessed had reported it as stolen, not realizing it had been repossessed. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if those vehicles are out there, that was definitely at kind of car auction prices.
Mm.
But I mean, pretty unusual. But I mean, I have no idea how to navigate that securely.
No, it's very complex, especially for the repossessed vehicles. So they are not kind of like where you can directly go and purchase it. You need to get the NOC from the actual owner that they are now okay letting go of this vehicle because they defaulted in the payments. Essentially, that's the case. And so sometimes if
Yeah,
you end up buying the vehicle from the mediator or from the agency, the previous owner can come back and ask for the vehicle.
yeah. That's kind of why I just didn't even respond. I thought, okay,
Yep.
this is a great price, but I can see this could be complicated and have legal issues unless you know how to do it. But I thought, you know, if it comes up on your radar, you can be like, oh, we'll check this out. Okay, no, that's
Correct.
too complicated, or oh yeah, that's a good deal. I
Hmm.
mean, but for me, yeah, currently not going to touch it. But I really felt badly for somebody who, like, can you imagine? Like, my car's stolen, and you report it, and it shows up on a website that's repossessed. I'm like,
Hmm.
oh my god, that's awful and embarrassing.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's not something where we need to experiment. Essentially, where you have so much things going on, you are in Michigan, the family is in California, etc. So, would recommend that we'll do a nationwide search and look at all the different inventory availabilities. I know you are driving right now, or you are at a place where you can see a screen for a quick second.
Yeah, I can look down. I'm on a straightaway.
Okay,
It's
okay.
pretty straight.
I maybe I'll just send it over to you. I don't want you to derail from like looking down, but just wanted to show you real quick on the extensive level of comparison what we do. So this is price versus miles. We do all the categorization, and also once we do the comparison, we list down all different options also, so that you can see all the filters and approaches what we do. So this was one of the Lexus what we have done. I've pulled up the exact one. This was RX 350. Then here we did multiple different comparison between NX 350, RX 350, GX 460, LX 400. So like that we go for a very detailed one. Here we did it for Lexus TX 350. So these are some of the ones where I wanted to show you that even if you have very specific preferences, for example, this client Nicholas wanted convenience package, second row captain seats, technology package, 20-inch wheels, cold area
Right.
package. We took care of that. So by that, and then you can see that all the requirements is what we are able to collect, and all the platforms through which we are going to do an extensive curation, that is a market research of the inventory availability for your vehicle. And this is how we fill out a form where you can give us your requirement, which will take in a moment, and then our team gets started doing the deep dive on this. And this particular document is a working document which is shared with you. You can even extend and share it with your wife so that you can see on a day-to-day basis that what our team is doing, where they are, what are the new inventory updates that they have listed down, etc.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I don't know how much I need the curation as much as I need somebody to like, you know, call the dealer, get an OTD price,
exactly.
and
So
transport
if
it.
you already have the listings, so let's say James, if you already have some listings where you know that okay, these are the good ones, then we can also add that into our market research. So it's not that like we will only work on the listings what we find. If you already have those, we'll prioritize that and we'll initiate the dealership outreach right away and work on getting the OTD price, what you mentioned, and then eventually the negotiated OTD price, so that once either we are going to ship the vehicle or once you walk into the dealership, you don't have to either haggle or hassle with the dealership salespeople.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I've run into what I've run into with California, where I was originally trying to set this up,
Okay.
was the I guess they've had some issues with selling out of state and people basically taking delivery out of state, generally Las Vegas,
Hmm.
uh, or like it was just Nevada, uh, and you know, getting temporary title there, paying the taxes, which are like 4.5% or something,
Yep.
and then coming back to California, retitling it, and basically saving themselves about 5 to 6% in taxes, depending where you are in California. So the government is currently cracking down on that a little bit.
Yep,
So
they do. And you have to pay the remaining difference of the California tax in the long run.
yeah, they've been trying to stop up that, I guess, loophole that people have
Yep,
been
yep.
using. But yeah, I think um, if you can just do your thing, find a good deal, pull it together. Um, I think it'll probably be worth our while to have it done
Sure.
this way.
Correct, correct. And
What
and
what what do you guys charge actually?
yeah, so our fees is $1,000. split into two parts. $500 as we kick off, begin the engagement process, where we'll start doing that curation, market research, and inventory availability. And also, we'll add your listings to our process and reach out to the dealership, get the OTD, compare all the OTD versus the price versus miles, and see where we are getting the best value for money, and where we look into the total picture into the equation. That means if there is a dealership next door which is only giving us at $85,000, for example, but if a dealership which is 500 miles away giving the vehicle to us at $82,000, and it will only cost additional $500 for us to ship it, then the dealership which is far away is still better compared to the next door dealership. So that way we look at the total cost of ownership, not just the OTD, but if the shipping is required or if you have to travel and pick it up and drive it back again, then we factor in all those costs associated towards the vehicle acquisition process.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, unless I mean, if it's something that's closer than say 300 or 400 miles, I'd consider you know going and picking up the vehicle
Yep.
myself. But if it's outside that, I mean, you know, not really worth it. I
Correct,
mean,
correct. And in that we will go for the due diligence. We'll go for an independent inspection process to make sure that even before the vehicle is put on the truck, everything checks out and we don't have last minute surprises. Now, that being said, we also go through a detailed, I would say, the reservation, that is putting down the deposit at the dealership, which is valid for 72 hours. So that way, when you visit the dealership, we don't incur any last minute surprises that someone just walked in and picked up the car. Otherwise, your entire travel of like 200, 300, 400 miles will be completely waste of time. So those kind of extends step-by-step checklist also, which we have as a part of the process to make sure that we have refined this so that your experience is completely convenient, hassle-free, and seamless.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds great.
Okay. And as a part of like coming back to the fees, so 500 as we kick off the process, and then the remaining, the second part of the fee becomes due once you have the keys of your vehicle, once you're fully happy, fully satisfied with our team's experience, performance, as well as our communication. Then once you have the new Lexus at home, then we'll raise the second part of the invoice.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Now, do you guys look at transport and taxes as part of the out the door price, or just what the dealer is charging us as
No,
far as like?
we look at everything. We look at the taxes, applicable taxes and fees, as well as the transport charges. So we work with 7 to 11 different shipping companies across the country, and so wherever we are able to finally lock in the Lexus, then we look at different shipping options and see what is the quotations that which we are receiving. In that also we negotiate with the shipping companies to get the best negotiated shipping fees, and then we get it delivered to your doorstep. And in terms of the taxes, certain dealerships which are out of state will collect the taxes at the source, and then we'll adjust it with the DMV within your state. And then certain dealerships will be, they will just sell it at the listing price, that is just the vehicle selling price, VSP, and they will not add any taxes, which then once the vehicle arrives to your doorstep, then we'll have to take it to the DMV to register and then the pay the applicable taxes. But we know for each state and for each county and based on your zip code what will be the auto sales tax. So we'll incorporate that and ensure that the spreadsheet what we create, the total pricing what we do, the OTD price includes all those costs associated with it, so that we can compare apples to apples.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, that sounds great. Yeah, that's one of the first Tesla Model X that we bought. I bought in Texas and had to
Okay.
do all that. I pay the taxes when I registered at the DMV.
Noted. Yeah, so I'll take James 5 more minutes of your time. I'll quickly fill out a client requirement form. You have already given your preferences about the Lexus, but there are certain nuances which the team would like to just have it so that it becomes easier. So we are just looking at a pre-owned, or are you also looking for certified pre-owned ones?
Either or. I'm,
Either or.
I'm
Okay.
yeah.
And I'll just put a no timeline looking for the best deal, but within 4 to 6 weeks. Is that appropriate time frame?
Just hang on one second. I'm looking. I'm right at where I have to grab the bridge.
Okay, sure.
Um,
Please stay focused. Or I can, James, I can do this. I can send you this form and you can fill it out once you reach to a safer place.
yeah, that would be great. That would be
Yep, yep.
great.
Okay, I just don't want to risk it while you're driving. Yeah. Okay,
All
so
right, I appreciate it.
James, any questions you have before we conclude our call?
No, that's great. I'll just look for the form and yeah, we'll go from there. I'll fill out
Sure.
the rest of the details and yeah, sounds great.
Great. And my team members will also initiate your welcome with a client handbook, and then we look forward to serving you. Have a safe travels, and we look forward to getting you the Lexus at the best price possible.
All right, excellent. I appreciate it.
Take care. Bye bye.
All right, talk to you soon. Cheers.
Talk to you soon. Cheers.